Alright, hello and welcome to Grand Arena. This is the first week of the month-long Grand Arena, the first round of Grand Arenas. So this is round 3. We are today against Just a God, and Just a God is in the TENDST. I'm not sure exactly what that guild is. Have not heard of them before. He does have all, of course, of the major teams, and he's set kind of a pretty light defense in the front, it looks like. But we can go over real quick the round 1 and round 2. So round 1 was a pretty convincing victory. The guy set his Darth Revan on defense, and I took Padme against it, then had to clean up with CLS, which is kind of normal. And then I one-shot everything else. It was not too difficult. He one-shot my teams on the bottom, and then when he went against my Grievous, he failed twice, and then he just gave up. So he's one of those people that just doesn't really care about getting his points. So round 2, I was against Exit Music. Now Exit Music, he one-shot all of my teams except for my Carth team. So my Carth team, he two-shot. He said that he timed out against that team. He didn't say what team he was using, but he just said he timed out. He did invite me to a chat and talk to me for a little bit. I did send him a link, or I told him where the video of my offense was, so he could go and check that out if he wanted to. He said he did, gave him some information about some counters that he doesn't use, so that's always nice to help people out. That's what these videos are for. They're more to help people. Yeah, like I said, today I am against Just a God. And now we can take a look real quick at the matchup here. So here we've got a pretty even matchup all across the board. So we can look at the Zetas. I've got 2 Zetas additional than he did. This was at the time of lock. So 2 additional Zetas. And we are even on the Gear 13s. Gear 12s, we're pretty even. He does have a few more. But I've got more of the Gear 12 plus. 6th out mods, I've got 5 more. We look at the plus 15 and plus 20 speed mods. This is where he has the advantage. So he's been luckier on mods than me, which is not that difficult to do. I've been very, very unlucky with mods, but so that's what we have as far as our matchup. It's looking pretty even, and I'm hoping that he did not set the defense that I'm predicting that he set. So we can take a look here. This is the defense I was predicting that he would set. So Darth Revan, clones. He does have a good clone team with 4-star Shaak Ti at Gear 11. I think it was double Zeta. I'd have to look again and find out, but I think it was double Zeta. Grievous Night Sisters, which he has some Gear 13s, Geos, First Order, Bounty Hunter team, which is Fast Boss with a high tenacity, and Carth. So this is what I was predicting he would set. And now if we actually take a look at the defense that he did set, at least in the front, it looks kind of light, but I'm 4 out of 4 on predicting the teams that he would set. So I did predict that he would set a Carth team and a First Order team, which we see here in the bottom. And then in the top, he set his Bounty Hunters and his Geos. So those are all 4 teams that I did predict that he would set. And if we look at them, there are really not any surprises. Like, there's no nest hidden in there. There's no nute with the Geos or anything like that. The First Order team's nothing to nothing to write home about. I can probably take my troopers against them, and then his Carth team also nothing to really write home about. But this is what we're dealing with. So either he has gone very light on defense, or he has set his really good teams in the back. which is more what I'm thinking. And I'm just hoping against hope that he did not set Darth Revan back there, because if he did set Darth Revan, as well as the other teams that I suspected that he would set, then I'm gonna have a lot of trouble. Alright, so yeah, we'll be getting into the offense here in just a minute. Okay, so let's go ahead and we're going to get into this. We're going to start on the bottom. These are the easier teams, and I am fairly... well, I know what I'm going to do against the First Order team. Not 100% sure what I'm going to do versus the Carth team or the Bounty Hunters. Usually I would do JTR and Empire against one or the other. But I've just got to... you know, I gotta think about it for a little bit. So, but against these First Order, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna take my troopers. Troopers do very well against the bounty hunters, especially when they're undergeared and under-zeted. He does not have the second Zeta on crew, so he doesn't have the pre-taunt, and he doesn't have like a lot of gear on the First Order Stormtrooper, etc. So, hello, Mitcha Steel and X Flashin', nice to see you again. Traya does work very good against an Asajj lead nest team. You can also use the Geonosians. Alright, so let's go ahead and get into this. Hopefully I will be able to take out the Kylo Ren before he gets tons of AoEs in, because that's gonna really put a hamper on my banner count if he gets all those counterattacks. So increase some cooldowns, and already got one out, which is great. We are rocking this nice and hard, which is great. He is getting some counterattacks in there, but that's not that big of a deal at this point. Awesome. And that should be 60 banners. Perfect. Okay, Mitch, so nope, don't do what Flashin' just said. If you are doing the Traya versus Night Sisters, do not annihilate Daka. There's no need. Annihilate Asajj, Spirit, Talzin, typically in that order. Save Daka for last, because she'll try to res, but if you're just annihilating, if you're only annihilating people, then she's not going to be able to res anyone. So save Daka for last. It's a common mistake, and if you like if you leave some of the higher damage dealers alive, then it's possible, it's not likely, but it is possible that those damage dealers can take you out. So save Daka for last. She has stuns on her basic, but as long as Trey is alive, she dispels the stuns, so the stuns don't matter. Alright, so we've got a high tenacity Bosk to deal with up here, and we've got a Carth team down here. Carth team, if I remember correctly, was fairly well modded here. She's got, okay, not as, maybe I'm thinking of the last Carth team. These guys don't have a ton of offense. So a lot of protection on there. It's 10% that it can happen, but that's 10% that, you know, do you really want to risk? I don't. So Mitch, you'd use slow damage. You isolate on the zombie. Don't kill zombie. Don't kill anyone if you can help it. Unless you're using Annihilate. So slow damage. Just basically only use basics and the Force Drain from Nihilus. Okay, so this team really does not look all that scary. I could bring in my Palpatine team and take it out. I'm debating whether or not I want to use Thrawn with that team, though. That is the big question. And I've got to just double check. So his Bosk, I didn't write down the actual speed. Is a 252 Bosk with 100% tenacity. So 252. Pretty sure that my JTR will go first if I take it against this team. I might not land the ability block. Hello Zion, nice to see you. Okay, yeah, so she'll go first because of the boost that she gets from BB-8. And then all I have to do is land and expose on him, and he'll never get a turn. Yeah, so I think JTR up there. Thrawn could be a waste here. But Thrawn would also allow for protection recovery. That's the main reason that I would want him here. But I can use I have a lot of turn meter reduction here. I do have the healing and the taunt. The stuns, the buff immunity. I'm sure that I can take him out with this team without Thrawn. The question is just whether or not I can finish with max banners or close to max banners. And here I would basically be relying on buff immunity from TIE Fighter or shock from Palpatine on Zalbar to prevent the taunting. But we've also got to worry about the cleanse from Juhani. I could take out TIE Fighter, and instead of him I could put in Probe Droid, and Probe Droid has a buff Dispel, but then I wouldn't have Probe Droid if I needed him later on. I think he also removes turn meter with that Dispel too. Yeah, it's not much turn meter though. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna go with this team. I think that I think this team can do it. It should be fairly high on the banner count, I hope. I really hope. It's gonna be minimum 55 as long as I win. Okay, let's the turn meter train moving. Let's try to ability block Juhani. Good. Try to land tenacity down. No tenacity down on Zalbar yet. Get some stuns out there. Oh, full-on stuns. Beautiful. That is what I needed. Okay, I'm gonna save the taunt. I don't need the taunt right now. Okay. And so here we go. This is why I'm now I'm gonna start losing the banners because of the counterattacks while he's not stunned. So annoying. This is precisely why I wanted to bring in Thrawn. Now he's gonna die. Damn it. It's precisely why I wanted to bring in Thrawn. I should have brought in Thrawn. I don't want to take the stun off of Zalbar right now because he's got the counterattack. Alright. Okay, he's not going to gain taunt again if someone falls below full health, so let's go ahead and work on these guys. Let's finish off Carth. I really need to get rid of him. He's going to be their major source of damage output right now. Well, the mission is also very high damage output. But stuns, come on. Alright. Give some lifesteal up to Tarkin. Maybe I can get Tarkin some hit points back. Not near enough. Alright. So that's that. 53 banners. Not a great start. If I had brought in Thrawn, it would have been so much better. Alright. Okay, so there's Shaak Ti and the clones. And we have a nute-led separatist team. I have to think about what I'm going to do to counter that one. But that's gonna be probably dependent on what is up north. So I've got still have some pretty good teams. I'm definitely gonna be using Traya to counter the Geos there, and we're gonna be using JTR here against Bosk. So resistance. We'll go ahead and throw R2 in there. I like to use Finn. And let's do Rey as the last one. Rey has the foresight, allows her to stay alive a little bit longer than Trooper. I should not need the buff dispel from Trooper if I'm at all lucky. Which maybe I won't be, based on how that last fight went against Carth, but let's see. Alright, so let's get that, get those exposes out there. 1, 2, 3 exposes, that's good. Try to land an expose on Imbo. Nope. There we go. Alright, let's get rid of that turn meter. And I got an ability block, that's awesome. I'm going for a stun. Try to prevent them from taking as many turns as I can. Oof. Scheiße. Alright, well. Hopefully, I'll still be alright. Get some healing in there on JTR. Let's keep Bosk under control. Let's try to get rid of these guys that have the thermals. There we go. Go for a stun again. Perfect. Go for a stun here. No stun there. Alright. Turn meter reduction on you. That's fine. I know I can't actually stealth. That's fine. Come on, life steals. Put some foresight up over there. Alright, so now the question is just, can I make it to full health and stuff on people? I don't know if I'm gonna have enough time to get to full protection. I should be able to make it to full health. Okay, not full health on Finn, but it counted as full. So 58 banners, that's okay. It's okay, it's not great, it's okay. Alright. And so now we have the Geos. Alright, so Geos, I am going to be using Traya. I don't need the full triumvirate. I'm just going to take Scion and Traya, and I am going to take a third just to help kind of delay the inevitable. I just don't want Traya to get shot, or one shot before before Scion gets the pain out there. So using a third character kind of helps to just kind of take a little bit of that of those hits initially. And now we can do that, and we're good. Let's go ahead and toss some protection over there on Scion. Now we just have to wait. Alright. Okay, I can't hit Spy, so we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna kill off the Brood Alpha. We're at a good enough point here. Let's go ahead and get my Held by Hatred up, and we will go after, let's kill off Poggle, because he's got the cleanse. Sunfac is down. There goes the Spy. Oh, nope. Spy's not done yet. Now he's done. Okay. Seriously? You're gonna dodge me? Alright, so 56 banners. Again, not the greatest, but I did end up saving Nihilus for something if I need him. And I might. Let's see what's in the back. Alright, so there's his Night Sisters, which I expected, and he's got Jedi Ray. Jedi Ray on defense. Wow, okay, that's not something you see very often. And his Night Sister team does have Nest, and it's a DACA lead, or not DACA lead, Talzin lead. Okay, so, not going to be all that scary. So Nest is pretty slow, only gear 11. And there's no no Asajj in that team. Okay. So, alright, so the clones aren't that bad. So we have Bastila, we have Jedi Revan, if I can split them into 2 different teams. We have Geonosians, which I would take against the Night Sisters. We still have Thrawn, we still have Nihilus, so I should be able to do pretty well with what I've got left over here. We still have Padme. So I can probably do a Padme team with Thrawn against one of these guys. And that way I should be able to recover protection. Yeah, I'll have to think about that. But let's go ahead and let's take the Geos against the Night Sisters here. It's been a while since I've seen a Talzin lead Night Sisters with Nest. That is it's a combination you do not see very often. All right. He gets all of his stuff in there. All right, let's go ahead and cleanse that plague. We're going to be going after Daka first. Got to get rid of her for those reses, of course. And do a big hit on the spirit. Okay, so that was the second res. I don't necessarily want to taunt. I'm going to throw a blind on Nest. Except that she resisted it. And that's why I wanted the blind on Nest for all that days, but that's okay. We're still fine. Let's see here. Go ahead and let's throw a taunt up here. That'll reduce the cooldown on the blind strike. Almost got the heal back up. I need to get it over to him for the cleanse. Of course, the people that are plagued can't be cleansed, but I got most of them. Let's finish Nest off. I don't like that daze. Oh, Daka, come on. Just die already. There we go. Okay, Daka's down. Let's go ahead and cleanse up again here. Now, at this point, I'm going to be attacking the zombie and trying to regen my protection. So you do regen some protection on basics for the Geonosians, and as well as on top of that, you also have lifesteal, so you're pretty good on the protection recovery. Now that was unfortunate. The counterattack killed off Talzin, and I was not able to heal up that last bit of protection. That is very unfortunate. So 55 banners, and it should have been 60. Very unfortunate there. So this is definitely not the most efficient of Grand Arenas for me. Only 55 on that one. Alright, so we have Padme, CLS, Jedi Revan, and if I can split them, I've got Bastila as well. That's not what I wanted. Okay, so let's see what we have. The most difficult teams are going to be the clones and this separatist team here. So I think I'm going to be doing separatists, or sorry, Jedi Revan rather, against this separatist team. I don't think I'll need Bastila, but What would my Bastila go against? I think I'm just gonna do a 4v5 with Jedi Revan against these guys. And I won't worry about the I won't worry about splitting up the team, because I have plenty. I've got CLS and I've got Padme. That's more than enough to deal with the other two teams that he has. So let's go ahead and we'll 4v5 this one. Not at all worried about it. Probably focus on Asajj first, because I don't want her to get her buff dispels in. Alright. We'll use assists to kill IG-100 and Dooku. Spread that. Gotta cleanse that extortion because that gives negative speed to us, as well as gives them speed under the Nute Gunray team. Alright, so stun him. Gotta wait for that damage immunity to wear off before I can actually attack him. Go ahead and steal that stealth, why not? Just top off. We'll throw that around, and then we'll be topping off protection on Jolie. He's a little bit under. Don't need to cleanse the extortion now because it's going to be over. And there we go. So that should be 61. That'll help to catch up a little bit on those banners that I lost. Alright, so now we have clones and we have Jedi Rey. I'm thinking I'm gonna want to do oh, there's not even a BB-8 in here, so he saved his droids for a Suicide Squad. Okay. $243. Actually, I think I'm gonna want to CLS the clones. We'll just throw Hermit Yoda in there for some protection recovery, and I can use Thrawn in the Padme team. Okay, yeah, let's do that. Alright, so Rex, let's get you out of there. Get rid of your turn meter. I'm over here like, am I even gonna get over to Yoda's turn? Alright, so I lost banners on 3PO. I definitely did not need him. So I'll keep that in mind for next time. Okay, and the last spots. We have Padme. You guys. I'm debating if I even want to do Thrawn. They don't have any buff yeah, they do have buff Dispel on the Trooper. But if I can get to the Trooper first and kill him off quickly, then I should be perfectly fine, and he wouldn't be able to get through my protection. And this way, that's not what I want. There we go. This way, maybe I'll be able to finish full protection. Yeah, we're gonna do it. Maybe I can get 61 banners. Yeah, if I finish less than 60 banners, then I'll be kicking myself in the butt. Alright. So, get us some protection up right out the gate. Go after Mr. Trooper there. Go ahead and get some retribution on people. We'll go with more protection up. Okay, let's get rid of you. And we'll get rid of you. And you. Now. 61 banners. Okay. So that was a good call not to bring in Thrawn. That gave me an extra banner. Okay, so that was not the most efficient. Let's see how I ended up. I ended up 1903. So that, divide that by 18, so 57.875 banners on average. One of my worst showings. So he saved his Grievous Suicide Squad, his Darth Revan, his Jedi Revan, all for offense. His CLS on offense, Padme's on offense. So he saved quite a bit. Now, if he uses his Grievous Suicide Squad to take out my Darth Revan, which is very likely, that's going to be a very low banner match. That's going to be like 51, 52, banners. It's going to be very low. He's going to be losing a lot of droids. Grievous Suicide Squad does not work against a General Grievous team, so he would not be able to use it there. He did save his B1 though. His B1 was not in this team, so he could theoretically run an actual Grievous team. I don't think that would be able to take out mine, but he could take out one of these other squads, or one of the ones that I've got in the back. I don't anticipate him having any problems with the teams that I have in any of these other territories. I've got my Night Sisters back here. You could do Traya on. I've got Ewoks back there, which are Trooper or Nest. No, he doesn't have Nest. Maybe Wampa. But I've got two weak teams up here, which would both be good for Wampa. Now the thing is that these, typically when I watch people do an offense against my my squads, they end up getting like 57, 58 banners against these rebel teams, and that's why I set them there in that configuration, because they can both take away a few banners. But I'd anticipate 60 banners against my Carth. Probably 60 banners against my my bounty hunters, but we'll see. I did throw Nest in the bounty hunters this time. Did not save her for offense, so that's something that I did a little bit different this time around, and we'll have to see whether or not that's effective for me. I know it's effective for some people for like preventing a trooper counter or something like that. And I know that my last opponent used his troopers against my my bounty hunters, so maybe it'll help to prevent that counter. And he doesn't have Jedi Ray because he set that on defense back here. So yeah, we'll have to see what happens here. But yeah, 57.875 banners on average. So if he can get 58 banners on average, then he'll win, and it'll be a well-deserved victory for him. I definitely did not play as efficiently as I normally do, so that's on me. But it is what it is, and I'll just have to take what I can get. But thanks everyone for tuning in for Grand Arena, and I hope to see you back here again. You guys have a good one.